something when it goes this poorly for you, just put it behind you and move on, or what do you do?
You have to.
Yeah.
You have to really. The way the game started, you felt, well, I felt something was wrong. We were second best to balls in midfield. They were going through with their tackles. And then when we did get on the ball, we just couldn't keep it for any length of time. We struggled to really, sort of keep the ball out of their feet, so to speak, and basically make them do a bit of work. In all honesty, we didn't get close.
The part that I like that you guys didn't give up, which is good. And can you take us to the game?
They were moving the ball at a good speed, a good rate. I think 4 of the 6 goals were very, very similar, and we just didn't adjust. We didn't get close enough to close down the cross. We didn't deal with the ball on the back post, and we also didn't deal with the late runners coming into the box. So it was a series of errors. But you could understand that happening to you once, right? But it happened 4 times, and we did not adjust. We just couldn't get pressure on the ball quick enough to adjust, and we paid the price. I mean, all credit to them. Their finishing was excellent today.
Thomas, can you maybe take us through your goal and through the play that led to the second goal for your side today?
I feel like the second ball, it was just kind of a good. The second goal, sorry, was just some play on the side, a little take over, and they were late to transition the defense to push over, and we took advantage of it. Obviously, we got lucky as well. Deflection and went in. The first goal, you just have to really you have to take matters into your own hands, and they made a mistake and they capitalized. It's just unfortunate, 2 mistakes, and they conceded 2 goals.
Matt, was this you guys had a disappointing night in the cup midweek? Was there an element of the cup hangover in this performance today, or what did you see?
I don't not want to make excuses. They played in the cup against arguably higher quality side, so I'm not going to go there and say that we have a bunch of excuses in our bag. I think Stephen said we're second best today, and in all aspects of the game, and we'll look at it, and we believe in what Stephen will implement to fix it, and we'll go from there. But I think this is one where we take it on the chin. Again, we got beat by the better side today, and the better side won. And like I said, we'll move on, and we'll try our best to fix it.
You 2 guys were here a few months ago to play Vaughan, and now you're here again to play York. Because a lot of guys from Vaughan, and you guys were on Vaughan. Is there, all these players to say, hi, how are you? And then 90 minutes of bruh, and then, okay, goodbye, have a nice game, or have a nice day, and then you've got your family in the stands. What is the feeling like coming back to Toronto area?
Well, for me, a lot of close friends on that team. You say hi before the game and after the game. You guys have a chat, but on the field, obviously, it's a lot different. You're you're not friends. You're just there to do a job, just like they are. And obviously, things get heated, and they understand the situation. But yeah, it's nice to have your parents here to watch the game, and I'll just have a chat with them after and catch up, and just be happy that you got to play in front of them.
Stephen, I'm wondering, what's the biggest challenge with this type of road trip, this type of travel that you've had to endure the last couple months from a coaching perspective? What's the biggest challenge for you?
Recovery. Players are coming off the field 8 to 11 pounds lighter, and they're not going to put that weight on by game day. They're not going to put that game back on by game day, especially if you're going to be, if you're flying long distances, it's more dehydration. And I think that's the biggest challenge. We had as I said in the interview, I thought I would go with the same selection of the most healthy players. and not put certain players at risk. And I have to admit, got it wrong. But we have to get over it and try to recover in time to go to fly to Edmonton on Monday and then play the game on Wednesday.
Stephen, you guys have been battling injuries for a good chunk of this season. Was that a factor today? You just touched on it there, but seeing Ida, Gutierrez, there were a bunch of guys that didn't play as much midweek that weren't factors today.
Yeah, we decided, maybe give them 50-20 minutes and just to give some players a break really, and hope they don't break down in that time period. I was really thankful for that.
And sorry.
I guess, of course, earlier you'd spoken to the challenge of one travel as well as managing a roster size that you have with all the demands of various matches. Could you speak to some of the mentality that you've had in terms of what players you choose to play on any particular day?
Well, I mean, you go with what you think is the best lineup to play the game and to play the opposition, right? And as I said, we felt we could go for X amount of minutes with this lineup and then make some subtle changes, and it went horribly wrong. I haven't of course haven't watched the certain aspects of the game, but the upsetting thing for me would be I think we didn't put enough fight in the game early enough to disrupt, let's say, their midfield. And as I said, the warning signs were there with the balls getting wide, hitting it to the back post, and we just never adjusted. We did not adjust. I'm sure if you go back and watch 4 of the goals, they were very similar, very, very, very similar. And that shouldn't happen at this level.
Final question.
And Matt, the road trip continues. You guys head off to Edmonton. What do you guys want to do? Do you take anything from this game, and what do you sort of want to come out with on Wednesday to show that this was just a one-off?
Yeah, I mean, next game is always an opportunity to improve and get better. The one takeaway is that this can't happen again. Being second best, the effort levels were second to theirs. That's something that we preach in the locker room, and Coach always preaches, is something that doesn't take breaks. Yes, your football is not always going to be the best at times, but your effort level needs to be at a professional level every game, regardless of your fatigue levels. And their job there is to manage us, and they've done an excellent job. So we don't really have any excuses, So every team has to travel, every team has to play. And we have no excuses. We need to put our heads down. We need to chip away, and we have another game on Wednesday. So short-term memory, and back again on Wednesday.